What area or topic can you spend an unhealthy amount of time talking about? Star Wars, kinks, sometimes both at once. Is it possible to learn this power? Minecraft, mostly just Minecraft. My long-term memory is completely clogged with Minecraft knowledge from almost a decade ago. Lol, I would never spend time on talking about Minecraft. I want to spend entire life with Minecraft. Have you tried mod packs? It's like a completely new game. I've wanted to, but I don't know how. I've heard of these other methods, but my favorite will always be the Technic launcher. It's super easy to use, and lets you use hundreds of amazing mod packs with too much stuff to do. Anime, particularly character development or exploration of character. I just love characters and their personality, morality, etc. I love reading too. Anime is so great. It's amazing to go through these storylines and different words. Sometimes I watch so long that I dream for consecutive days that I'm within these worlds. I want to get into it. Any recommendations for clean anime? Beer, including the process of making it. Also, The Simpsons. Here's to alcohol, the cause of, and solution to, all of life's problems. And also the process of drinking it. I was just talking with my parents the other day about The Simpsons. I was talking about how on the surface, every single character on that show is a total stereotype, but they are all so much deeper than that when you watch it for a long time. I'm planning to rewatch the first 10 seasons over the coming months, see what jokes or even episodes I missed as a kid, just relive the nostalgia. Lisa's substitute caught me off guard the other day, had me cutting onions. Have you kept up with the latest seasons? The idiotic ending to Game of Thrones. I love talking about music. Either music I'm into or other people's favorite stuff to listen to. I can go on forever talking about music. I probably like at least 3 songs from every genre I'm aware of, but I'm mostly into post-punk type stuff. Merci, yeah, I'm the same way. I like pretty much any genre, so I like to talk to people and learn about whatever they like. Same, but on the downside I can be really dismissive of what I think of as terrible. Do you have a favorite genre? Warhammer 40k lore. I don't even play the game. Thank the God Emperor, I'm not alone. 1D4chan is an endless repository of 40k articles in which to sink your life into while not working at work. The humorous sarcastic writing style helps quite a bit as well. Came here looking for this. The lore is mind-bogglingly massive. Just started reading the Horus Heresy novels too. You watch Lutin? He does all the 40k lore and goes pretty deep. I've never painted a fig in my life, but I can definitely dig some Underhive gang culture. Those who agree it was Magnus' fault that got the Emperor turned into a paraplegic sicker corpse say TTS. Movies. Doesn't matter which. I've seen a ton of movies. As it is, I spend unhealthy amounts of time talking about movies. I had a friend like this, except he would tell random movie facts while watching a movie, and it was so very annoying. Even if you had seen the movie beforehand, it is annoying to hear about how Leo actually cut his hand in the dinner scene of Django, and yet continued acting. That's a great fact, but I can see it being annoying if it's brought up every time you watch the movie. Yeah, it is a fun fact, I agree, but he would say some obscure fact about the movie. With almost every movie we watched, it came to the point where we wouldn't watch movies with him anymore cause he was that annoying about it. Lol, my dad is like that. Every time we try to watch something, he constantly interrupts it with the same stuff he's always told us a million times. Formula 1, easily. I'm one of a handful of people in my country that follow the sport, which is a shame really. Yep. I live in a huge city in a country that hosts a GP, and over the years I've met a handful of people who claim to be huge fans. We get to talking, and I'll reference something semi-obscure like the increased size of the Doctor's flat this year, and it'll always go over their head. At least there's our Formula 1. Lord of the Rings, I'll jump at any opportunity to talk about LOTR and Tolkien's other works. I swear, I think part of the reason I have a hard time remembering names is because I've memorized so many names from LOTR. Did you ever see When Somebody James Franco? Jokingly asked Stephen Colbert a LOTR trivia question about the Valor, and Colbert gave a speech naming like all of them, their spouses and powers. The man is a fanatic. Oh yeah, Colbert is just amazing with that stuff. I'm certainly no Stephen Colbert. I remember the important ones like All, Yavanna, and of course Melka. But they have so many other names over the ages, and to different people, and it's hard to keep track of all that stuff. And so many of them are mentioned just once. It's crazy. Yeah, I don't know of anybody who is a bigger fan of Tolkien than Stephen Colbert. Just about any RPG lore you would want. Like the fact that the Elder Scrolls series has secretly been about the old Meri Dominion slowly destroying the towers. Guns. I own over 25 of them. I reload ammo. I shoot long range and in competition. I'm a mechanical engineer and I've built a few myself. I want a gyrojet so bad. And there's practically no bullets left. There's just so many different kinds of them that it would be easy to talk about for hours. It's like saying cooking, baking, frying, meats, desserts. There's so much to cover. So you're a gunsmith? That is objectively badass. Disney. Everything Disney. Movies, Marvel, TV, but more than all that theme parks. I can literally talk all day about Walt Disney World and not even notice a minute has passed. Man, I'm a former cast member and I fell into the deep pit that is Disney YouTube channels. Same. I have a handful of books on the parks and I have so much stored knowledge of little hidden things in the parks and secrets about the rides. Took my buddies to Disney once and I literally never shut up. My mom and I watch Disney and Disneyland YouTube videos all the time. Pretty much my mom's biggest goal in life is to take me and my siblings to Disneyland before we grow up. We are hard up right now, but she has a small savings going. Just keep saving and you'll get there. Why iOS and Android are the same, and you should purchase based on preference and how the OS works for you, rather than worry about what other people say. They are absolutely not the same at all, and the subject is way more complex than that, but your point remains valid. By what you want, enjoy life and respect others' decisions. Pokémon. I could go on for hours about it. Favorites, type matchups, favgen, etc. If you had to have a 6 Pokemon team, who would it be? Porygon, Venusaur, Heliolisk, Volcarona, Fliggin, Luxray. Oh, do love me some Volcarona and Luxray. Art and horror movies, specifically how social conditions influence trends in both. That and symbolism in art. I love explaining it and showing examples of it to people. Military history, most particularly Roman history. I know so much pointless stuff about the past, it's incredible. Movie soundtracks, oh gosh, I can go for days. Favorite soundtrack or composer? I particularly like the Clendathu Drop by Basil Palladorius or Zimmer's Crimson Tide theme. I may be biased in my love of Star Wars, but John Williams hands down. Everything he does is amazing. I could talk about animals for days. XD. Spirituality and ancient civilizations. I can go on for hours. The U-2 and SR-71 spy planes and their development. SR-71 is an all-time favorite of mine. It's even better because there was a ship in Star Wars they designed based on the senior, and I just love that movie. How do you feel about the band U2? I don't have any strong feelings on the band. Not my cup of tea, but if you like them then fair enough. Baseball, especially the Yankees. Tea and coffee. When someone else knows that they like, or even has a curiosity, is fun to talk with them about it. I've met some tea and coffee snobs who try to show off their knowledge and experience and stuff, and I don't care about that, but sharing an interest and being able to go back and forth is something really enjoyable for me, since it's pretty common all around the world. I love trying a bunch of different coffees. I've had coffee from Tanzania, Costa Rica, Kenya, Ethiopia, Brazil, Hawaii, and tons of other places. By far my favorites were light roast Kona, Hawaii, Kenyan coffee, and Tanzania. Ethiopia has some interesting notes to it though. Astronomer here. I don't shut up too easily talking about outer space. Luckily I made a career out of it, so I don't have to shut up about it. I found out the other day that Mike Walker is a flat earther, and I tried bringing up facts I remember reading Sagan's Cosmos, but they weren't having it. Good to hear we still have fans of actual space. Comic books. I have gone into full-blown lectures about it to my friends and family, and I won't realize it until they tell me point blank to shut up. My dad was super into comics for a long time, but once he had kids he couldn't really keep up, lol. He still loves them, he just doesn't buy new ones anymore cause we need food. I'm no expert on comics, but I get so mad when I see people hating on them, or treating them like they're childish or dumb, or not art. Comics are, like, double art. They have graphic art, and storytelling, mushrooms, and plant identification. Do you do this as a hobby? I'm in pharmacy school and we have to learn about all the different species of mushrooms and plants. Very interesting but also so difficult to remember everything. How the rich have total control over the poor and are systematically pushing the lower class further and further into poverty, the prison system. You must be fun at parties, or what I like to call galas. Metal music, voice actors, horror stories, serial killers and terrifying medical conditions. It's a wonder I'm still single. Smash Brothers, Hollow Knight, Hunter x Hunter to name a few. Waiting for any characters in the fighter pass? I have 3 wishlist characters, but they're all kind of long shots. The Knight from Hollow Knight, Lloyd Irving from Tales of Symphonia, Sly Cooper from Sly Cooper, that's my really long shot. Hey, I'm a Shanty for Smash fan and Banjo-Kazooie fan. I think Lloyd has the best shot out of the 5, haha. Chinese linguistics, bicycles, grudges held against people, the politics of being a foreigner in China, Monster Hunter, and Pokémon. I have put more collective hours into those series than any other game. What's good about it is that some of my friends can talk about both just as much as I do. Board games. It's a brave new world of strategic, interactive, tactile good times. Video games. Too had none of my friends like them, gotta make my BF's head explode. Comics and JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. So is JoJo getting more popular recently, or have I just never paid close enough attention? Yeah, it's a really old manga and there was never a proper anime, but when they released the part 1 anime its popularity has been going up ever since. JoJo has always been insanely popular in Japan, it's just that it got more international attention with the recent anime adaptations. It's definitely skyrocketed in popularity in the last few years. Skyrim and Elder Scrolls lore, the drama of My Sims lives, and Fallout 4 characters. Video game news. Oh, did you hear about Minecraft turning 10? The practice of medicine, and shitposting on Reddit. Aviation. Not that I know much, but I can enjoy anything related to it. My love for the 7 Deadly Sins series, both anime and manga. Sunk costs. I'm that guy who always reminds stockholders how much they blow on those golden parachutes. Why you shouldn't use a laser in Rainbow Six Siege. Any superhero movie. You can talk for hours comparing, ranking, and theorizing about any movie superhero related. Probably vampires or the Wild West. I can talk a good long while about them or the Mafia. Gone on for near a full night about all 3 on one occasion or another. I would watch a movie about a vampire cowboy mafioso.